L'Arche is the name for a number of communities of and for the developmentally disadvantaged. It was founded over 50 years ago, in 1964, by a Canadian, Jean Vanier. The universally celebrated L'Arche movement has now grown to close to 150 communities worldwide. But it began in northwestern France, in the village of Trolley-Bray.
Living with people with severe disabilities, you change. And I discover something about tenderness. So that's important. I would say L'Arche is a school of tenderness. And the icon of tenderness will always be the mother and the child. I mean, there's an icon of tenderness with the cheek of the child on the cheek of the mother.
As L'Arche communities developed in the Middle East, Asia, and Africa, L'Arche became a model of ecumenism developed not as a matter of policy, but in response to a need.
There's a beauty in each person. So I would say the shifts have been continually in this sort of discovery, moving from a community which was really religious to the discovery that the purpose of religion is to love.
Living in L'Arche is much more than simply providing a service or sharing a home. It's an experience full of discovery, an environment centered around people and built on the strengths and needs of everyone in the community.
I think it is an adventure or a discovery, and I think initially we all discover sooner, usually sooner than later, how we all need to be supported, and that initially the person who might seem to be on the receiving end probably has a lot to teach me. And I think that's the journey or the discovery of what L'Arche is all about, where community is created when people basically begin to discover their interdependence in a very real and ordinary way.
There's a fundamental vision that underlies all of L'Arche that's not too apparent on the outside. Something about how each person's life is important, how there's an unrepeatable grace in the life of each person, and that's not just for them, but it's for everybody. And I think in our community life, that's a fundamental goal, to make the particular grace and gift of each person's life available to them, to their companions, to the society at large.